rock stars?
Hey. We're good.
You're so 50.
Okay, thank you. I got to tell you, this has got to be exciting for you guys today because, I mean, you are a major piece of music history, and today radio is reaching out to you to say, what's the story? And you guys are...
That's so cool. Wow, that's great.
I mean, my God, I mean, what is the story? Why, I came from the world of AM radio. I understand that we didn't play the albums and all that kind of stuff, but what happened to FM? Was it part of the evolution?
It was, well, in that day, we were playing more FM. We really were. Some of the other groups that came after us, they got more lucky doing an AM-type pop hit. But we were just ahead of our time, I mean, you had such a Renaissance era with Southern music and the Beatles and British Invasion and acid rock, and here come the girls in the midst of all of that.
But we finally got on with Butter Boy. I guess that was kind of an AM thing, except for the theme was so risque for the time that we were banned in Boston.
But what is it like for you, though, today where I just went on to Alexa and said, Alexa, play Fanny for me, and your music comes up, whereas I wish I would have had that luxury back in the 1960s and 70s.
Yeah, wouldn't have that been great?
I mean, because once people see Fanny, the right to rock, things are going to change for you. That things are, I mean, it's like you've waited so long for this to happen.
Well, I mean, hey, listen, it's great that it's happening. I wouldn't say that we've waited, but it's nice that the recognition is finally happening. Yeah. But, we all, I think, Patti and I and June and Jean continued playing and doing other things the whole time. Fanny was over for me, I think, in 1975, maybe it was 76. And since then, I've just kept busy doing tours with other acts and doing records with other girl bands and other bands. And even today, still working away. So music is an amazing way of life. And, I guess Fanny was kind of the beginning of it for me.
Well, the cool thing about this documentary is the fact that one of the things that's missing from our music lives, the inside sleeve of an album, and you give us that opportunity through this documentary, is that because, I mean, we're not just going out there to find the music now. We're going to hear the story, and we're going to appreciate what you guys brought forward.
Oh, I love that. I actually really used to love, as a kid, pulling out the sleeve, reading every word over and over and over on the covers, on the backs, in the sleeves, and any articles I could get. And, I don't think you get that so much today, which is kind of a shame. So it is nice that we have this documentary and that this kind of convoluted, difficult story was put together so well by Bobby Joe Hart and told. So, it's a great thing.
Yeah.
So what was it like personally to go through all of the footage and stuff like that? Because, I mean, this they always tell us to live in the present, not the past. But, my God, I'm so glad they stepped into your past because I'm seeing things I've never seen before.
I actually learned a lot became aware of a lot more than I was before we made the documentary because it touched on aspects and times in our lives that I've gotten to look back on. And I agree with you. I'm all into moving forward and taking what I've learned from life and my experience in Fanny and everything else I've done and moving forward and doing more. So, and how about you, Patti? You got a lot going on.
Same. I mean, these stories are amazing, and Bobby Joe was able to encapsulate it into the Fanny story. And there were so many women playing just from all different areas, and to be able to tell the story of at least one of the bands is just amazing because we all had the same journey. I mean, it was just a really rough era.
Was it shocking to you to see all of these people come from out of everywhere to speak of the band? I mean, from David Bowie to Joe Elliott, Bonnie Raitt, Kathy Valentine. I mean, I sat there looking at the screen going, what happened to me? Why was I not part of this?
Oh, but, they all, I mean, Kathy Valentine's a good friend of mine. I mean, she sang on the Walk the Earth album and came in, and same with Genya.
Wow.
She added something, and so did the Bangles. They all have that respect and that touchstone of, that we were the early one. And honestly, those musicians that came forward and everything, they all respect.
Yeah.
They all respect playing with the women. It was the suits that were the problem.
But also, too, this was not a surprise to us that they
No,
came forward. These
no
were people
surprise.
we've known,
Yeah.
the whole time. We used to hang out with Bonnie Raitt. So,
Yeah.
inviting them to be in the documentary or to sing or play on our record, they were like, everybody was, yeah, cool, we'll do it. I think I asked somebody in the Bangles,
You have the Bangles.
and she said, can the other girls come too? So
It's a small club. We all grew up fighting society and the norms, and it was really heartwarming to see them come in and want to be on that song because it's really like a girl's anthem. That is so timely.
when we need her. She's talking about from the Fanny
When
Walk
We
the
Need
Earth
Her.
record that we did about it's been 4 or 5 years now. Yeah,
It's a great song. Yeah.
time is just flaming by.
It is, but the thing is, though, is that you're giving us roots by giving us, Fanny, the right to rock, and that's what I love about this is that you are. It's like saying, hold on, I know we're going fast, but you need to know something. Before this happened, there was something that took place.
Right.
Exactly.
I'm so glad you're saying that because it's so true. For us, it was part of our lives. I mean, I really didn't think about it being such a big deal at the time, but it's nice to hear the acknowledgement and to own it.
Yeah.
I hear from young kids all the time. I mean, they have this thirst to know the roots and the history. They really get off on it when they hear all about it. And they want to, wow, and even if they hadn't heard about us. So it's very heartwarming to have it come now.
You got to come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you. I want to know more of this story, and Joe Elliott has been with me 9 times, so you have 8 more times to be with me. So or 9,
right.
so you can pass Joe.
Great.
Okay?
Call me anytime.
Yeah.
Be brilliant today, you two.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Have a good one.
Yeah.